wonderful day on the ESPN networks of women's college basketball. Retip again, and there's Emily Ryan. Got off to a bit of a rocky start, then was an absolute superstar in the fourth quarter in that comeback against Princeton. Michigan forces the turnover, as I would say, tried to get it into Crooks.
And you're going to see Michigan's activity off the ball really coming in to try to get some deflections, get some steals, not allow Crooks to get touches.
Today's starting lineup is brought to you by Capital One, and you are looking at three freshmen in Olson, Holloway, and Swords. Jordan Hobbs, the only senior on this team, has stuck it out with this program. Swords gets blocked by Crooks and then is able to get out of trouble. Hobbs, great start for her.
While they don't have NCAA experience, Syla Swords certainly has international experience playing on the Olympic team this summer. Olivia Olson has international experience on USA Basketball. They played in big games.
And there's a big three from Kelsey Jones. Olson gets it tipped by Ryan, and Crooks picks up the ball. Emily Ryan with an assist has just passed the great Nia Johnson for the most assists in Big 12 women's basketball history. Kampschroeder finishes on the other end.
And pace. And you watch Kampschroeder down low on Audie Crooks. She's going to use her speed to try to get around, be disruptive.
Swords with the offhand. Olson, who was the co-freshman of the year in the Big Ten. Olson to the line, a freshman from New Hope, Minnesota. And there's a three freshman, almost three, averaging in double figures. Holloway just a touch under 10 points per game. Have been a great 1-2 punch. Hobbs, the only senior, the only returning starter. A good look. And Sydney Harris is known for taking a three, and as soon as she gets in there, she pops one home.
Well, Iowa State just does such a good job of Jordan Hobbs getting it through there.
Addie Brown has just picked up her second foul, so she heads to the bench. We had 0 foul calls on either team Wednesday with Iowa State and Princeton until the second quarter. And Iowa State had 7 fouls all game. That's the sophomore from Des Moines. And there's the first we've seen of Crooks putting the ball in the basket. Yulia Grabowskaya has checked in. Number 55 in white, but Swords uses the baseline. Ryan trying to get it to her. She does. And there's a foul. With Swords scoring today, going over the 500-point mark for the season. That's the first freshman duo ever to do it. She played in the Olympics right out of high school with Canada, was there in Paris.
And of course, Natalie Chano, an all-time great here at Notre Dame.
Another empty possession is 25% from the floor, but still leading by 3. Crooks with a rare miss, and then she'll get called for the foul on the follow, and now Crooks and Brown both have 2. She's only fouled out of 1 game this year, but it certainly affects things when she picks up the early ones. Nails them both. Iowa State's gone over 2.5 minutes without a bucket. And they're playing now without either Brown or Crooks. They're 2 leading scorers.
Bill Finley was telling us in practice yesterday they haven't played a lot of teams that hard show the way that Michigan does on the on-ball screen, so that's an adjustment for them.
Bill Finley thought maybe because she's a senior, that maybe the weight of that, thinking every game could be my last, might take a toll on her.
Right, in sequence, and Bill Finley took her out. He said, I went over to talk to her, and she just looked at me and said, I got it, I just need a minute. And then he said, okay, when you're ready, check yourself back in, and she did.
Hobbs driving off glass and hits it over Jones.
That's a tough angle for Jordan Hobbs, but you can see the intention of Michigan to just put their head down, drive one-on-one, get to the rim. And Bill Finley talked about our ability to contain one-on-one defense, to play in the gaps, to keep them from getting to the rim is going to be key.
Give Ryan the assist as she's able to find Williams inside. Holloway has not yet scored. Now she has, slicing in for the bucket, the freshman from Charlotte. Are those three?
Bill Finley putting Addie Brown back in for this last offensive possession with her 2 fouls.
And no shot clock. Ryan spinning and coming to meet her, Holloway. Michigan's defense has been all over the Cyclones. 7 turnovers for Iowa State in the first quarter. Thank you, Kelsey. And we are starting the second quarter, and an Iowa State team that was without Crooks and Brown because of the foul trouble. And they trail 19-13. Pam Ward and Stephanie White joining you from Notre Dame. The Irish will play Stephen F. Austin after this is over, and that is Olson's first field goal, one of the 3 starting freshmen for the Wolverines.
I think it's going to be important to get Addie Brown going. She didn't have a field goal attempt in that first quarter because of foul trouble. She is so instrumental in everything they do, and you see the hard heads right there. Great job by Michigan, making Iowa State take 2 passes before they can even look inside to Crooks.
They gave Crooks a little bit of space, and that's all she needs.
Good job of facilitating as well. I mean, she's a player who can go off at any moment, but also facilitating as Syla Swords picks up her 2nd foul.
Trying to make it happen, slicing down the lane. See more turnovers than made field goals. Emily Ryan on the bench to start the second quarter. They've had to manage her minutes this season. Eiley Tanky, who did not play against Princeton in the first 4, hits the 3.
Tanky shoots at 30% from the 3-point line. You got to pick your poison when you play a team like Iowa State. Michigan's got to continue to challenge her to knock them down.
Swords gets the rebound off the Hobbs miss, and then Hobbs is left open in the corner to knock it home.
Pam, you mentioned this early. We talked about the Sweet 16 team in 2022, of course, led by Naz Hillman. Jordan Hobbs averaged less than 5 minutes a game that season, has worked her way into being such an important piece of what Michigan does. And the answer by Jackson.
Holloway just saw a little bit of daylight and finish. Iowa State, meanwhile, have gone 2.5 minutes without a score. And during that time, they turned the ball over 3 times, but still just down 5. Crooks in the game. Got the rebound and the putback.
Those are the ones you can't have if you're Michigan. You're matched up with Audie Crooks. You got to be able to keep her off the glass, and this is a way for Audie to get herself going.
Playing against Greta Kampschroeder right there, who has 3 personal fouls. Her turnaround. Grabbed by Tanky. Inside, too easy. Timeout. Michigan. Crooks with back-to-back buckets. It's a 1-point game. And Audie, as you see, has hit all 3 of her shots in this quarter. Hobbs short. Rebound for Brown, who does everything. Was terrific against Princeton.
You've got to continue to force that. You're going to heavy help on the lob, force the skip. You got to continue to make Iowa State make those shots.
Olson missed and then could not corral the rebound. Basketball fans familiar with her sister Kennedy Brown, who finished up at Duke. Very different kinds of players.
Yeah, really different kinds of players. Kennedy playing exclusively post position, and Addie's versatility. Bill Finley comps her to Bridget Carlton, and his first bucket of the ball game for Addie Brown.
Right out of the timeout. Brown 22 points, 7 rebounds, and 8 assists, all NCAA career highs. And she's just a sophomore. Final finally, the drought is broken for Michigan.
So utilizing Kampschroeder as a screener and then pop out to get those three-point shots.
Wilson missed, but they get a second chance with Brown back-to-back buckets. Kampschroeder is listed as a post, but she's a guard. Was a guard her first couple of years. There she takes steps.
Backs a smaller player down the possession before and gets a post up. And there, because of her ability to shoot the three-point shot, hard closeout, she attacks the rim.
And with Emily Ryan out of the game, she also has the ability to bring the ball up the floor. Crooks, the double comes.
Because they felt like there was an elbow to the head prior to, and then decided against.
Just 69% on the season. It's 1 out of 2.
When he talks about her ability to defend, not just in the two-man, she's going to have to learn to come outside the paint.
Olson chose not to challenge Crooks. Drives the baseline, floater well short. Iowa State, its first lead of the game. And they extend it.
And if you're Michigan, that's the one you're leaving open. She's stepping up and knocking them down.
Only had 19 threes coming into this game. She has a couple right now. And Michigan not getting a lot of second chances. Olson just 1 of 8 from the floor. Swords 1 of 6, so 2 for 14 for their 2 leading scorers. Crooks, bye-bye. It's an 8-0 Cyclone run.
And Pam, that was an outstanding pass by Addie Brown, right on the money.
Crockett threw it away, thought Olson would cut left.
Addie Brown read it. Audie Crooks held her position, and that was an easy 2.
Another foul. Crooks is unstoppable right now.
And as Addie Brown tells us, sometimes Audie gets going and she starts cooking.
And we figured coming into this matchup that because Michigan does not have size, that it would be an issue. And they're trying to use different combinations to stop Crooks. Yeah, that's, as you said, you got to keep her from getting the ball in that position because it's all over if she does. 11 of Audie's 14 points have come in this quarter as she takes a rest on the bench.
And again, you continue to see as Emily Ryan's on the bench and her minutes have been managed all season long. Addie Brown plays that point.
Holloway, cut off. Swords popping out after getting a screen, throws up the 3 and hits it. Finally, the 3 falls for Swords, their best 3-point shooter. Well, Iowa State with a terrific second quarter. Iowa State really has moved on. They trailed by 20 to Maryland in the first round last year and came back to win, and were down 15 to Princeton early in the third quarter. In the first 4, came back for a victory. They were down by as many as 8 in this game, and now they're up by 5. The winner gets the winner of Notre Dame, Stephen F. Austin. Syla Swords with another miss. She is now 2 of 9 from the floor. The freshman from Sudbury, Ontario, among their leading scorers. And boy, if you're Iowa State, you're seeing shots fall for Jackson. That's a great sign. That's her second 3.
Hey, look, and that's what it's going to take to be successful, because 2 players are going to go to Audie Crooks in this second half, and those open players have to knock down shots.
Kampschroeder with the miss. A lot of one-and-dones, too, for Michigan. And as we start this third quarter, there's Crooks. Same result. And for Kampschroeder, that's not fair. Kampschroeder, listed at 6'1", has been a guard her entire career, playing some post now. Kampschroeder hits one.
But that little bit right there for Hobbs. Hobbs stayed there. She helped. She didn't allow the pass on the interior. You had a secondary defender on the backside ready to rotate to Brown on that shot. That's what it's going to take.
Hobbs. Another three for Michigan. Ryan, the fifth-year senior, being guarded by the true freshman in Swords. Again, Michigan starting three true freshmen. Hobbs, the senior, makes the play.
And that's Emily Ryan's sixth turnover of the ball game.
Hobbs goes to the line. For the fifth straight year, every NCAA Women's Championship home for all 90 NCAA championships, culminating April 6th in Tampa with the championship game on ABC.
Bill Finney talked to us in practice yesterday about he felt like Emily Ryan might have been feeling a little bit of that potentially my last game the other night against Princeton, especially in that third quarter. She rebounded in the fourth. Could she be feeling a little bit of that today?
Feeling that three.
Most experienced player on the floor. If she is, she settles in and she just becomes the leader that this team needs.
In and out, rebound by Williams. Addie Brown, what a pass! Addie Brown is terrific in all phases of the game. She just found one.
The majority of those in the first quarter, they've got to get back to starting it on the defensive end of the floor.
And you see they're shooting only 30% from the floor overall. Have taken a lot of threes. Hobbs, the lone senior starter.
How did that go in?
Oh, man. She's got 20, which is just 4 off of her career high. As she set against Indiana this year. Pressure from Michigan. A little chaos. Brown settles into Crooks. And Crooks takes Hobbs to the hole. Ryan.
So we mentioned Emily Ryan was struggling turning the ball over in the first half. So what is the adjustment? Addie Brown is initiating offense. She uses her size. She's able to find the right pass, able to get Iowa State moving a little bit. And that's a great attack by Jones and drop off.
Jones with the assist. Holloway, open look. And they're not getting any offensive rebounds when they do miss. And Crooks was calling for it. Now she gets it, kicks it back out. Rebound fought for. Taken away. Here's Swords. Trying to get something going and uses her offhand to finish. Syla had 26 points in the Big Ten semifinal loss to USC. That's good defense there by Corals Daniels. And that was what got him going in the first quarter. Very active on the defensive end, forcing turnovers and scoring in transition. Jordan Hobbs, the senior.
To stay together, knowing that it was going to be a different look, for being all in.
Jackson.
Again, if you're Michigan, when you go to take Audie Crooks away, you're going to leave someone open. And Iowa State, give them credit, they are stepping up and knocking down shots.
Swords.
Takes time off the clock, maybe rushes Iowa State just a little bit, and now you're starting offense with 13 seconds on the clock.
Airball on the three, but Jackson, who else was able to try to save it? This is a 3-on-2. Olson driving on Ryan, and as she falls to the floor, Wednesday against Princeton. Inbounds, Olson off the rim. Swords. Couldn't save it, but Hobbs did. And then Olson called for it and nailed it. Michigan right back in it. It's a 6-0 run. The freshman with back-to-back threes, Swords and Olson. In the waning seconds of the quarter, good help coming over. Brown to Crooks, it bounces around, and Ryan put it up on a busted play. The only senior on the roster.
And Jordan Hobbs, the most experienced player on this roster, willing her team right now.
Pam Ward and Stephanie White joining you from South Bend, Indiana. First of 2 first-round games coming your way in this Birmingham 3 regional. Holloway. Getting it into Quarles Daniels, and count it! It's been a rough day for Olson shooting-wise, but she's got a chance to tie it.
Hey, and I mean, this is great job of attacking. There was a tight window right there. Olson gets to 2.
And she ties it up. Michigan had trailed by as many as 10 in the third quarter. And now we're tied. Olson with the board. Holloway. All 3 freshmen touch the ball in that possession, and Holloway finishes.
And this is exactly how Michigan started the ball game. And with Kampschroeder on the floor, that's another offensive threat, right? So the challenge is, how will Audie Crooks defend now?
That was a sweet pass from Ryan, who got it into Brown, who is fouled. Mila Holloway picks up her first foul to send Brown to the line. Last time they had 2 20-point scorers in an NCAA game was back in 2022. Ashley Jones and Emily Ryan, who is still here with Iowa State.
Iowa State continuing to mix up their zone and man.
Holloway found Olson right at the free throw line. Ryan waits for some numbers. Cross court. Somehow that got through to Tanky. Inside, Crooks passed it out. Got it back. Oh, man. She makes that, what, 98 times out of 100?
Yeah, she sure does. And that was really good ball movement by Iowa State.
Almost taken away.
Somebody's going to be open because Audie Crooks is not coming out of the paint. So doing a good job of finding it in a timely manner.
Olson.
Ooh, she got fouled, yes.
Yep, on the turnaround. First-hand experience with that.
Adds a few more graves, too.
Olson. It's one of 2 Olivias we will see today who are pretty good guards.
Yes.
The winner will get the winner of Notre Dame and Stephen F. Austin. No surprise that right out of the timeout they want to go to Crooks. In that highlight package we just showed you, everybody we showed you was a true freshman.
Yes. Again, they've got great balance, multiple players that can score it. The challenge is to not get content with just passing around the perimeter against this zone. Yes, nice.
That's nice. To take Crooks off the bounce by Kampschroeder. Jordan Hobbs just picked up her first foul. Defending Crooks now in the post. Brown gets it to her. Audie with a little turnaround, doesn't get the roll.
And you'll live with that if you're Michigan. You get Audie Crooks shooting that little 8 to 10 foot jump shot.
That's a toughie from Holloway.
A toughie. I knew it was going to come out sooner or later.
The freshman from Charlotte, starting point guard since day 1. Iowa State needs another of their patented turnarounds and come back. Michigan has no points from their bench players. The bench has played a big role for the Cyclones. Brown gets the rebound. She's on a triple watch alert, or triple-double alert. The double-double. She has 9 assists now and rebounds. Her scoring is down, and there's your great equalizer. The 3. And Jackson And all of a sudden, it's a one-point game. Holloway, open look, and she buried the three. Had missed her first 5 from distance before that one went in.
I'm just so impressed with these freshmen from Michigan. You don't see any frustration. You don't see any disappointment. You don't see anything but confidence every time they touch the ball.
Crooks rolls it in. Zlotty Crooks time. She owned the fourth quarter against Princeton in the first 4 on Wednesday. Another 3 from Kampschroeder. Why not? Go right back to Crooks. Hobbs, her turn to take a 3, have a day! A new career high for Jordan Hobbs.
Let's go, Pam! Shot makers!
We knew they had freshmen coming in, but when you have turnover like that, you're not sure. All the freshmen stayed the course, came in, and they have won 22 games.
And the offensive defensive substitution of Corals Daniels and Kampschroeder and Audie Crooks, she might have had an and one there.
28 for Audie. She had 27 against Princeton a couple of days ago. 4-point game. Hobbs rolling on Brown. Jordan Hobbs with a magical afternoon.
Good balance, under control, got her eyes on the rim.
Kick it out to Ryan for 3. Rebound. A big one by Corals Daniels. Inside 2 minutes. She's going to take a little bit of time.
And this is, again, where you're impressed with this young team. Understanding time and score, understanding game management, execution, who to get the ball to win.
Olson off the rim. Addie Brown, who has only taken 2 shots, got the board. That Brown has made 2 shots, only taken 4. There's her 5th. Gets it!
You know, for Michigan right here, you want to get a good look. You know, time is on your side. You've got time right here. Want to make sure you execute. Be great screeners. Stay aggressive to the rim.
Holloway over to Schrader. Hobbs. Short. Rebound. Jackson got it up to Ryan. The 3. No good by Harris.
I mean, it's a one-possession game. You're going to get the ball back. You've got to defend without fouling.
Harris pulled the trigger on that one rather quickly. That 3 would have tied it.
I thought it was a good look. And the way that she'd been shooting the ball.
Ohio State needing a stop right now.
Swords is coming back.
There she is. Hobbs gave her the screen. Olson, the other freshman. Turn around. Got it! Olivia Olson gives them the 5-point advantage.
And now you want to defend without fouling. If you're Iowa State, get a quick score.
Crooks for 3. That's off. Huge rebound for Swords, their leading rebounder during the season. She played for Canada in the Paris Olympics, and now she can salt this game away.
Well, how about for her dad, Sean? He's assistant coach with Brooklyn in the G League, and they play in Detroit. For the Swords family to be able to be here and then head over to Detroit.
Good representation in the stands. Her sister Savvy is a junior in high school. Ryan inbounds. Brown guarded by Olson. Ryan finally just threw it up. Hobbs fittingly grabs the rebound.
And you think about even early in this season, first game open up against South Carolina. That's where she said, whoa, maybe it can, right, with this young group.
The Michigan Wolverines, with their 3 starting freshmen, get a big game from their senior, Jordan Hobbs. They scored 27 points in the fourth quarter.